Mike went red on us. He'll figure it out.
I'm sure he will.
All right. Well, welcome, 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 everybody. We're so glad to have you on board with us. It is Saturday, June 29th, and it is time for the AMAs. Ask Me Anything with the amazing Robert Hollis. We are so glad to have you with us. And just a couple of announcements before we get started with a lot of your questions, a lot of Robert's answers, and a lot of other people inputting their share, because this is the whole point of Ask Me Anything. Let's get our community active, involved, and talking and sharing as well. So, a couple of quick announcements. Thank you again so much for helping to promote our channel, our opportunities, our posts, our visions, our videos. We are now up to 7,286 amazing people that are a part of our incredible community. And
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
we thank each and every one of you for helping to build it. Without you, we can't do that. We can only give you the basics, but it's with your help we build the community. So bless you and thank you. Secondly, if you want to participate in our chats, that's very easy to do. You could either type your question in the chat here in on the Zooms, or you can go ahead and raise your hand and talk to Robert directly. And it's very simple to do. Go ahead and put your cursor here in the middle of the screen where you see me. And then on the very bottom, you'll see a bunch of buttons right down here. Now, I don't know exactly where I'm pointing. I can just only say it's approximately right about here, according to my screen. But look for the React or Reactions button. Click on that button and then click on raise hand, and that'll let us know that you have something that you would like to share with us. If you don't see the react or the reactions button, then go ahead and click on the more button. That's the one with the three dots or the three dots at the circle around it, and then click on react or reactions, and then go ahead and raise your hand. Once again, we will call on you. Zoom's changed things around a little bit in the last week or so. So that's why I'm giving you a little more detail about what to look for, because some of you haven't updated your Zooms yet. Just sharing with you. So we, again, appreciate so much the fact that you're taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. One last thing before, or two other things before we get going. For those of you that have not joined our great communities, the Inner Circle and Imaginators, go ahead and click on roberthollis.com/join. Now, if you're watching us on YouTube, look for the button down below this video. There's a join button, and you'll be able to join us. We do a lot of great things in the Inner Circle and Imaginator groups to help you move on to the next level. And finally, before I introduce the gentleman who we are here for, I love all of the phrases that you shared during the week, Robert, and it's just amazing because it does give everybody a nice boost. So here's what the one that I really liked this week. In fact, I think you did it yesterday. If one leads, they should always guide you back to your own power. If they do not, they are a dictator. Don't follow their power. Claim yours.
Yes.
Ooh. Think about that one. And as we go ahead and get started, it's such a pleasure and honor to work with this gentleman. I've known him for more than 10 years, and each day that I am with him, I learn so much. He's just a warehouse of great information, and the thing that he loves to do is keep learning. He learns not only for himself, but for us. And he loves to share that knowledge with each and every one of you. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get going with our GPS to success, our mentor, our guide. Give it up for Mr. Robert Hollis.
Well, thank you so much, Craig, the hostess with the mostest. I love and appreciate you so, so much. And looking really, really forward to sharing something really cool with you guys today. I know last Saturday you guys were in all-state land. You guys were in good hands with Matthew and Craig, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. It really is cool to have those guys take care of it. I was telling in the podcast that we did, Charlie Munger, because of his passing, he was Warren Buffett's best friend. And if you there's not too many interviews you see where Warren Buffett talks where he doesn't give a lot of credit to Charles Munger. He's in numerous times has said that his friend Charlie Munger is way, way, way more intuitive and smarter and more intelligent than him. But right behind that, Charlie Munger would go, yeah, whatever. And so it's nice to have a friendship where you both admire each other, right? And Charlie Munger, I've been going through sharing with Matt and Craig all the comments and all the short interviews I can find with this guy, because he's now one of those people that we don't hear about anymore because he's no longer living, and the wisdom that is passed on from people like that. And so one of the things that I just love that he said is he always asks business owners the following two questions. The first question he asks business owners is, if you stepped away from your business, would it continue to grow? And he said he would wait for that answer. And then the second question he normally didn't have to ask. If you stepped away and took time away from your business, would it grow without you? And I've never heard it summed down to that little. Because would every one of you, whether your definition of what your description is, being unique as you are, of what true success would be, what true fulfillment would be, to me, it would be, first of all, Roger Penske. When I first heard this from Roger Penske, he said the definition of a budget is to always earn more than you can spend. What a different definition, right? But in the midst of that, people want freedom and the ability to design their lifestyle. So, one of the persons I've always looked at and admire in this modern day, other than Charlie Munger, is Richard Branson. A lot of people don't know this, but Richard Branson's not only a multi-billionaire, but he's got a different philosophy than people that were raised in the United States. He said, I'd rather have hundreds of companies that are worth 100 million each, instead of trying to be the biggest and baddest one company. So if you look at companies like Microsoft and Alphabet, which owns Google, and you look at Facebook and you look at Amazon, these are all companies that sort of have a Western mentality of wanting to be the biggest and the baddest company that's ever been created. Apple, I left Apple out. Where Richard Branson said that he knew that everyone that works for his companies knew stories of people that started out either being janitors or worked out in the mailroom or worked out in the warehouse that are now executives of companies. So he promotes within. And he says as soon as he runs into a CEO of one of his companies that doesn't know everyone on a first name basis, he'll take the president of that company and start a competing company in the same industry. And he says that's what keeps everybody on their toes. And so, if you've ever seen his lifestyle, you know what I mean? Especially if you looked up Nicker Island, those are some people that you can be inspired by. And back in the day, me showing my age, there's some things that if you look up, Richard Branson was constantly causing all kinds of people to look at him and make attention. So he's got the Guinness Book of World Records for the person that has skied on water behind a blimp. And it's like, how many of you go, well, don't you first have to own a blimp before you can otter ski behind some blimp? It's like, I don't know where you rent out blimps. And uh, what that would cost, more or less, be dragged by one. But my point being is really simple, is that you want to find something that really excites you. So, MDC being in 200 countries and having 12,000 products and having digital products, because each and every day, if you're not waking up excited about what you're doing, you're just not going to do it. So a lot of people are always looking for somebody else's way of doing the business instead of creating their own. Because I can guide you and tell you what I do, but then if I create a video showing you exactly what I do and you get up the next day and don't do it, that's probably not your way of doing it. Pretty different language, huh? So a lot of you, you got to find something that excites you. Well, if you guys know, last Saturday, Terry and I, along with a lot of incredible people, were in Cabo, St. Lucas. We were there for a dream trip along with Jody. Jody, raise your hand. I don't think I'm missing everybody else. I think it was just me and Jody from the Inner Circle Imaginators group. And what was really, really amazing about going on that trip, and a trip before that, we got a private plane, and me and Melody Ryba went to the Bahamas. And it's like, my wife and I were thinking about how many trips and how many cities and how many countries that we've been to, where I've worked for companies that they go, hey, listen, we're doing these trips and you need two things to go on the trip, and that's time and money. And a lot of the times they put trips together that incentivize so that you can turn around and get the trip for free. So a lot of people don't know this, but it's crazy that I got to go on this trip, all expenses paid, incredible resort. And then they gave me $2,000 spending money, and they gave me $2,000 for my air flights. And so one of the things that I've been really bringing up to people recently is that's a neat way of connecting with them. A lot of you that have followed me around, Matt just put together a quick page for me. It's roberthollis.com/gifts, GIFTS. And I'm going to be adding some other ones to that. But, moving forward, instead of just sending them one, I thought I would send them a list where they don't have to put anything in, and they could pick whatever gift, give them a choice instead of guessing. And you guys are welcome to take that. I would suggest you could take all of those and put them on a Google Doc. I believe that you can do a Google Drive for no money. I think it's only costs money when you get up a ways, but you could put it on a Google Doc and then share that. So now you're giving more than just one gift. And one of the things that really excites me is I love traveling the world. So that means if I love traveling the world, then, I went on AI. I never even thought about that. Let me share that quick with you guys. But I just thought, because we always hear about all the, the stats about travel, right? And you can see here where I was finding out a little bit about one of my good buddies, John Forrest. He got hurt in a wreck, so I wanted to find out a little bit about him. But look at this. It says, how many trillions does the travel industry responsible for? And it says the global travel tourism industry is a significant economic force, contributing trillions of dollars to the global economy. In 2023, the travel and tourism sector accounted for almost 10% of the entire global GDP. 10%, almost 10%, which equates to approximately $9.5 trillion industry. The sector has created 27 million new jobs in 2023. So one thing that I think is very interesting is how many people keep hearing in the news that we have here in the United States that every holiday is a new record holiday. That sounds like a pretty good growth industry. If every time we have another holiday in America, it's another record, how many people are catching this? And then it's also called revenge travel. Because people got a little pissed off that they were held down. Now, one of the things I want you guys to see is, how I talk about travel. See, a lot of people don't realize that there's 56 trips that are consistently going on. Let me see if I got this right. All right. Hang on one second, you guys. My login is expired. So let me share again. And I want to share with you guys how I talk about the travel. Is first of all, you see how big the industry is, but if it's a money back guarantee. But once you get your dream trips, it'll open up the price. And so once you log in, what I always tell people is just glance at some of these. You know what I mean? So if you look at here is Prague. I was talking to Matthew yesterday. And if you guys have ever seen Born Identity or, Mission Impossible, whenever you see these guys that go rogue, you know what I mean? There's always two places they go, Budapest and Prague. When they're trying to get away from Interpol, you know what I mean? So just thought I'd throw that little deal out there. But any one of these things you look at, you can click right here and see view trip. And what we market most with Dream Trips is basically a package with everything that's included. So when you look at all the stuff here that you could click on, that the trip includes, a half a day tours, dinners, our last trip, city taxes, all the things that is incurred. And then you look at the itinerary and all the stuff that you get. And then you go up here and you see that it's $219 for 3 days and 2 nights. I just recently talked to my group that we had 16 people that showed up in Hungary and Romania that actually showed up at the Cabo St. Lucas in Mexico. And all of them talked about the trip that we have here in Budapest, that every one of them knew the resort. Everyone knew of the spas. And there's no way that anybody that even lives there can get that price. So when you talk to locals, right? So you look at here, geek island hopping. And then you just glance through these and look at every one of these, Greece. This is the trip that is going to complete at the end of this month. A person could totally win this trip for free or get 25, 50%, 75% off this trip here. But you look at each and every one of these trips and look at the prices of them per person. And sometimes this one here is double occupancy. Not that one, this one. So as I show people the prices, understand that you want to be able to tell them exactly, what the details are, August 30th to September 2nd. Sometimes you can't even get rooms on covering these. And what I do is I just go through this list, and that's why I'm actually doing it now. I'm doing it now because I want to steer people directly to this video. Because what everybody thinks that Dream Trips is they really think that it's a travel portal. Well, it is a travel portal. But the things that I market is these incredible dream trips that people can go on. And I tell people all the time, what I do is I just simply create memories that take your breath away. So even though the company is going to promote 6 different trips a year, MDC, what trip do you want to promote? You could pick out the one that you wanted and then tell everyone, hey, listen, why don't we all go to here? Why don't we all go to here? Why don't we all go to here? Why don't you do a post telling people that I just got involved with the #1 travel club in the world? And you should see some of the packages they put together. Where would you guys like to go? So for some of you that like doing maybe your own screenshots or your own video, go through and do a video like that, showing every one of those trips that are the 56 that are created. So this company's almost 20 years old. It's done over 30,000 curated trips. And I'm excited. I'm not excited about women's makeup. I'm not excited about meat sticks, but I am excited about traveling. Especially getting back from travel, right? So I just wanted each and every one of you I wanted to share one more thing, is if you guys have watched my videos, you always will see that I talk about, if my gift is very simple. My gift is I can connect with people, get them to know, like, and trust me. And then I can actually share with them things to improve their lives. So I know for the fact the gifts that I share with people really, really, really improves their lives. Now, if they choose not to participate in their own rescue, there's nothing I can do. But I still, through giving people gifts, they always know. I have people that reach out to me years after I've met them, and they go, I'm still not doing what you told me to do, but I just wanted to thank you. And that's really, really nice, right? So the point that I wanted to make there is that, a lot of people don't know how to connect with people. And you guys have probably heard this old saying, it's one of my favorite, but God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth because we're supposed to use them in that proportion. So do you know the number one thing that people love to hear? Their name. People love to hear their name. And so when connecting with somebody, what if you reached out to them and you said, hey, Jay, I'd like to ask you a quick question. Sure. Where's your most favorite place that you've ever visited? Your favorite holiday, your favorite vacation. And you'll notice that people are usually short with their answers. They're really, really short. They're like, we went to the Grand Canyon one time, or, I went to Peru. I really loved going to Peru, or I love going to Budapest, right? Or Paris or Italy. And then all you need to do is ask one more question. Hey, Jay, the people that went with you or yourself, what's the thing that you most love to do? And what do you think your family's most favorite thing was? And there's no better way in the world to connect with another human being where you ask them a question and you actually shut up and listen, instead of finding a way to interrupt them. So what would be my following question? I go, that's awesome, Jack. And I've never been there. I've been there too. Thank you very much for sharing those things. So if I can ask you another question, Jay, what's one place that you've always wanted to go that you haven't gone to yet? And why? Again, listen. And so if after that, if I said, hey, Jay, listen, if there was a way for you to make that dream come true, if there was a way for you to be able to, do that dream trip for you and your family, if I could show you how to do that, would you be interested? Now, how many people think that that's just a little easier way to connect? Because you guys will find out that it's still sorting. It's still sorting. Me doing that, do you think that there's some people I don't get response from? Yeah, same thing. Do you think I still have wedding proposals and people sending me inappropriate stuff? Yeah, that still happens. Do you think that people still try to pitch me on their thing? Yeah, that still happens. But it doesn't make a difference, because how many of you know that Dream Trips offers where if you get 4, you pay no more? And I now have over 10. So I got 10 people personally that have purchased the 129 package. So now, what if I help those 10 all go out and get 4? Get 4, pay no more. Are you guys getting that? And then it turns into 50. Now I have 50 people on membership. So one of the things that's unique about Dream Trips is Dream Trips at one time almost did $1 billion in 1 year. They did 928, or I got the numbers switched around, 982 or 928. I bet you I could get Coach Curtis to look up some old slides, and he would tell us what their most productive year was. And listen to this. They have also had over 5 million active subscribers. And here's the number I love. They had 5 reps in the company that made over $400,000 a month. So I just thought I would share those cool little facts with you. So now what we'll do is we'll go into the Q&A today, and I will do my very best to answer your questions. And I think that each and every one of you, out of 200 countries and 12,000 products, I think that you guys can find something that can really, really excite you, that you would like to connect with people with. So with that, Craig, please help us out, and let's get some questions answered.
Sounds
Arthur,
like
you
a
got to get
plan.
some sleep, man.
He doesn't have his, I don't see a Starfield on in the background like he used to. So,
Oh, he's just in the darkness right now. He's not flying through the stars. That's the deal.
okay. Get on your ship, man. Get on your ship, Arthur. There you go. Superman, yes. Well, very good. Thank you so much, Robert. What a great opening, and what a great segment. I think we might just have to pull that out and share that with everybody
Yeah,
too,
I
so they
thought
get a
that might
very
work
good
out pretty
idea.
good.
Yes. Well, quickly before we get started, if you're watching us on YouTube, Robert helps a lot of charities. So if you are watching us on YouTube, please hit the $ below the chat or below the video and donate to one of Robert's charities. It's very simple to do. You click on that and then you go ahead and donate. All the charities that Robert supports will receive that money. So thank you so much for donating. We appreciate you very, very much. And we've got, let's see, Len Brown coming up. He has his hand raised. But first, we're going to get a share from Kai Au. Kai, welcome. And please share with us.
Can you hear me all right, or do I need to put in my
We can
newest
hear
ear?
you.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you from the bottom of my heart, everybody who has supported me through this Mr. Health and Fitness contest. You guys are a great blessing. The children and the foundation for childhood cancer research is in I'm sure they are in great gratitude for every single one of you. That was what moved me to be running in this race to the bitter end. So thank you very much, especially you, Robert, supporting me all the way. Because God knows I was a basket case for a while, for a brief second.
Well,
So,
I got a couple of questions for you, Kai. I know a lot of people contributed. Did you ever get any data during this contest of how many people, actually individuals, voted for you?
I did, but it was moving so fast. I don't have time to actually see in the quote unquote back office, because sometimes they're like they'll say, okay, this person got a 2-for-1 vote. This person contributed X amount of dollars for purchase votes, and then 3 votes. And so yeah, I do see it. I can't see it on a frequent basis.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Well, I thought it would be cool to see how many people actually, separate individuals, voted for you, and it would have been cool to see how many total votes that you've gotten so far.
I have not. I don't. I have not seen any of that. I want to say, because of the nature of that industry, they want to keep people anonymous.
Right. Yeah, because I think you would have surprised yourself by how many people actually voted for you. I think that if you knew how many votes you got and how many people cared and did something and shared it, I think that you would have been blown away.
I'm sure I would, but what really mattered to me was seeing people who are supporting the childhood cancer research. That was one of the things that really, really moved me to keep on fighting and keep on until the very, very last 15 minutes.
Well, that's awesome, Kai. I
Thank you
love
very
I
much.
love and I love and support. I love and appreciate you, and I love supporting you, and I'm sure a lot of people here did as well.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. My main question for today is, you suggested for me to like start making a video for Facebook to talk about the NBC business and getting people to know more about it. Do you have a specific time limit suggestion for any of that? Because I tried doing it like within less than a minute or a minute tops, and it's hard to get the
Yeah.
information all out.
Yeah.
What is your suggested time lapse?
Yeah, again, shorter the better, because people have a really short attention span. But maybe one of the videos you could do, Kai, is just very simply say this. I first of all want to thank each and every one of you that supported me during this Men in Health deal. I was blown away, and I'm just so humbled and also inspired by how many people voted, how many times they did, and how many votes that we got. But what really touched me more is that I realized how much money we raise for children's cancer. And that really, really inspired me. So I don't want to stop. I don't want to stop. So right now I found another affiliate program that I'm supporting, and I'm going to get a percentage of all my earnings to the Children's Hospital, and I'm going to do that for the rest of my life. And so if you could do me a huge favor, check this out. You know what I mean? Check this short video out and become a free affiliate just like you would on Amazon. And I will share with you how you can share your affiliate link and make some extra money, maybe double your income or even replace your income.
Boom.
Yeah, because that's, what I love helping people. But showing up on all my inner circles and my Ask Me Anythings and my Imaginators, what moves me more is because I know I'm constantly raising money to help the orphans that I support. I might be able to turn myself down. I might be able to say, come on, you guys, I need a break, but I'm not going to disappoint the children. It's like every time I think of them, I'm looking at them, where they grew up, how they grew up, what things I have over them, and I just can't say I'm not going to do nothing for you today. So every one of you got to find something that will make you be persistent and consistent. You know what I mean? Sometimes you and I, Kai, have talked, and I know you have this daughter that you really, really touches your heart along with her mom. And, when you make commitments to children, they just expect you to get it done.
And that was the main thing for this
Yeah.
contest. But it's time to pivot.
Yeah, because I'm just speaking for me. I know everyone that's watching this video, you're a different, unique human being. You're a miracle all in your own. But I know what motivates me. I know what motivates me. And it's very, very selfish. It's super selfish. I love taking care of the people that I love. I don't want them to worry about anything financially. And so that once I hit that goal, then it's like the next goal. And the next goal was, running into Matthew and Angel, with the Jesus Way orphanages that are in India and also Jamaica and all over the world. I just think they're the coolest people on the planet, and I love supporting them. Because if I'm going to do this for me, I'm lazy. I just won't do anything. So, Kai, again, I'm really proud of you. Like I shared with you, I get to share it public. I've shared this with you personal. if that thing did anything for you, that tournament did anything for you. And again, congratulations for not only achieving number one, but holding it for quite a while. You know what I mean? And I just think that what probably happened is that some of the people that have been involved maybe in this contest before knew that it was going to last for a year and a half. And so they just so they just went, there's no reason really pushing and until it gets into the 11th month. And I'm joking. It just seemed like it went on forever. And it's like, so they probably just hung out and didn't push until the quarterfinals or whatever. You know what I mean? And it's like, Kai's been pushing from the second that this thing became a contest. So me and Kai sort of agreed. It's like, you can tell everyone to vote for you, and we all can be looking forward to a finish line. But every time they move the finish line, can you imagine if that was a marathon? And you're running and you're like, oh my God, there's the finish line. And you get up there and they go, nah, this ain't the finish line. You're like, what are you talking about? Well, now we got another period. Well, okay, I can get regrouped. And then you see the finish line, you get there again, and it says, well, we're just joking. You know what I mean? The finish line's another couple of weeks away. It's like, what the hell? So I'm not trying to beat them up if money went to children's charities. But yeah, if you decide to do that contest again next year, we would definitely have a different philosophy, a different... It's like, when does the contest actually end?
The contest supposedly ends July 23rd.
Yeah, we'll see.
So we will see what happens then.
Because usually after a quarterfinal comes a semifinal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there's yeah. This contest lasted longer than March Madness.
Oh my God. I have my own little personal theories of how some people held on for so long, but I digress.
But hey, isn't that a perfect example on how we learn? That's unfortunately the how we learn. It's like, okay, I'm going bananas on this. And what I see happening with this contest now is that the other people were walking while you were running wide open. And now we still got another month to go. And now the other people that were walking are now starting to run. You're like wore out. Are you exhausted? All the people that were running next to you carrying the water and stuff. So, but I'm proud of you. You should be proud of yourself, Kai. To be able to look at how much you posted and how often you posted and how many live videos you did and how much you reached out to us and other people. I'm super proud of you.
Thank you so much, Robert.
You bet. Okay, Craig, let's go to the next person.
All right. Before I do that, I want to show this slide once more because Kai, congratulations. You deserve it. The fact that you got to 7th place, I think, is incredible. You deserve it. We supported you. You're above top 10. So
God, how many categories and how many people are in the damn contest?
Exactly. So Kai, awesome job. We were
everybody
with
give
you.
Kai
give everybody, everybody give him a hand.
Everybody give Kai the clap. Yeah. No, wait, I said that wrong. It's like.
Kai, we love you and thank you. Congratulations for everything that you did. And of course, for the supporting of the, for everybody who's helped Kai support the kids and childhood cancer research. So Bless you, my friend. Thank you. A reminder for those of you watching on YouTube, please go ahead and hit the like button down below. It helps us to spread the message and to reach people with ears to hear. Very simple to do. Also, subscribe to our channel by clicking that subscribe button. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. All right, moving right along. Len Brown. Len, it's been a while since we've seen you here, so welcome back. Join us and go ahead, unmute yourself, and please share.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back.
Hi, Lynn. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm blessed and highly favored and deeply loved.
Woohoo! Yes, you are. Look at that, man. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Well, listen, I was first of all, I was sitting here just thinking about Kai. Kai, you've done an awesome job, man. I was thinking about if I could take a picture of his and Photoshop my head on there.
Yeah,
But awesome.
Kai definitely got a physique, that's for sure.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Great job, Kai. I have a question on probably several videos. In fact, just the other day, I looked at one of your shorts, Robert, and you kind of alluded to when you find one of those people, and I hate to put it that way, but it's kind of like when you find that people where you say the magic kind of happens with that
Yeah.
person, you realize, hey, this this thing actually works to the point where maybe you found another you or something like that. Can you express more on how that feeling kind of feels when that happens?
Oh, it's there's two mentalities that I've had my whole life. It's like, Lynn, I know that over the years you have done things that, for whatever reason, sometimes it's called beginner luck, or maybe it's just something that seems easy for you. I remember, the first time that I played horseshoes, you know what I mean? Some people, probably don't even play horseshoes anymore. It's probably, what is it called? Cornhole or whatever. I seen a board the other day that the hole actually is moving. You know what I mean? So someone, but 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 the point being is that when you try something and play darts or whatever, it's always this mentality that you are going to hit it. It's pretty interesting that you're standing in front of whatever you're doing and you're constantly in this sort of intense, but also maybe having some fun. But the goal is actually to get the bag into the hole. You know what I mean? And
Right.
so, isn't it interesting how many times we try and what I love most about things like that is, we get one really close, and if there's a bunch of fun people around, everybody's like, ah, man, that was so close. And then we can throw one in and it goes right through, and everybody's like, ah, Lynn, Lynn's a stud. He's always great at these games. And then we get just a little bit of a cockiness in us, and the very next one we throw doesn't even hit the board at all. And I just wish that people would have fun and treat this exactly the same. Where numbers never lie and they're not emotional. And yeah, you're not going to hit the board, but the intentions are get on the board. And then the tension is actually going through the hole. And then, wow, what could there actually be an intention where all three bags go through the hole? You know what I mean? Like, of course there is. And so that's the way I am, Lynn, with this business. I can guarantee each and every one of you that the only reason that my success is different than yours is I know for a fact I'm going to find somebody that wants to make more income than they are doing. I just know it. And it's worked for me for 37 years. I know one of the bags are going to go in the hole. I just know it. So now here's the other part. Through my imagination, I know that it's going to go happen fast for me. And the reason it's going to happen fast with me is because I'm okay with throwing as many corn bags as I can. And I don't care if I miss the board. I don't care if I go too far. I don't care if I get, don't even get close to it. I just know that if I consistently do it, I'm going to figure it out. And to think that today you could go on ESPN and watch the World Championship Cornhole Tournament. And there's dudes that if you did your research online, you could say, who's won the most money playing cornhole? And I can guarantee you, every one of you are going to go, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's people that make $200,000, $300,000 a year playing cornhole. And all there is three things. One is, that looks fun. I'm going to try that. Step two, most people don't do step two. I would find the very best person on YouTube that was teaching. I would go through every name that's been on that list for the last 4 years and find out which one had a website and which one's got a YouTube channel. Because listen, everybody, very close. I cheat. Oh my God, I am the biggest cheater you will ever meet. You challenge me at anything. And here's a little challenge for you guys. I will kick your ass because I'm willing to do that second step. I do not want to learn through school of hard knocks. I don't need my ego in the way. I don't need to reinvent the wheel. I don't need to come up with my own way of doing anything. I will find the person that is the best instructor. And that's the two feelings I was telling you about. One is you doing well, and then you having your students do well. You having the people that you connected doing well. And a lot of people don't know this, but out of the 67 people I've helped earn over 1 million commissions, a lot of people don't know that one of them's my wife. My wife, Terry, is $100,000 away from being a mega millionaire at MDC, getting a plaque, and we'll get it before we get to the next national convention, international convention. And she's going to get one of these plaques, and there's only 3 other people that have a mega plaque, 4 people. Jenna, Judy, Barb, and Chris Robinson. Chris Robinson was the last one to get it. So my sons. So it's neat for me to do it. But when I get my wife is one of them, and my sons is as also, earn that kind of income. It's like, you're right, Lynn. So my thing is, it's not so much me. I just know if I have a lot of people underneath me that are making $100,000, $200,000, I don't have to worry about my income. And let me give you one other one, because I just wired this way. Is Facebook has 2.9 billion active people. And every time you watch, geez, I can't even believe I'm going to say this. Every time you watch a presidential debate, I'll only go on a tangent for a second. If you guys watched any part of the recent presidential debate, have any one of you come to the conclusion that if it's to be, it's up to me? Man, I've watched some presidential debates in the past, and the people that were doing it were people that I knew might be there for me. I don't believe that anymore. I don't believe that anymore. But thank God, 37 years ago, someone taught me how to create my own environment and also create my own economy. So it's pretty interesting that every president that's been elected for the last 37 years, I've had my best years during their 4 years or their 8 years. So that means that I made money under Democrats and I've made money under Republicans and I've made money under every president because I'm creating my own economy and my own environment. But oh my God, that was the scariest thing I've ever seen. I'm just like going, wow. So yeah, I got more urgency now than I ever have because I know I've taken care of myself and my family and my legacy, but I got a lot of people I got to rescue. I mean, I'm like, I'm only going to say one other one. Do you know I seen a post that said that every person that talked at that debate lied, and including the two people from CNN. Mr. President, so what do you say to the people that used to pay $100 for groceries and now pay $120? There isn't a person in the United States where their grocery bill in the last 4 years only went up $20. It's like 40% in some places, so again, now I'm off of it. But it's sad that I know people in all over the world, and everyone all over the world is suffering right now. I mean, my team in Nigeria, their currency goes up and down so bad that they can't even tell you what something cost.
Wow.
You guys complain in the United States or the rest of the world about, the prices of stuff. How would you like to have somebody say to them, yeah, we market products, or how much are they? I can't tell you. What's the Naira today? It's like 7,000 Naira in fluctuation of one cost of one product. What would we do in the United States if something that you bought fluctuated by $1,000? Would you just freak out? It's like, wow, it was $2 yesterday, and now today it's 600. It's like it's insane. And these guys are doing their 5th celebration today. Today is 5 years in Nigeria. So crazy how fast time goes by. So I did a quick video for them. But Lynn, your question was, in your imagination, but Terry and I watched a movie that I've been waiting to watch. It's called If, and it's imaginary friends. And Terry and I watched it yesterday. Oh my God, what a cute movie and what a deep, deep meaning. Oh my, wow. All right. But one of the things that I do understand that, Lynn, is when we can tap into our imagination and actually imagine being at an event or seeing someone we introduced to this business get a rank advance and their picture goes all over the internet on someone that we introduced to the company that's gotten a raise. Like I said, there was 16 people from Hungary and Romania. Those are two of the poorest countries in Europe. We complain about being taxed on our money. People in Hungary get taxed 78% of their income. And the cost of electricity has gone up 4 times in the last 2 years. I want you to think right now about your electric bill and tell me what it would do to your budget if it quadrupled in the last 2 years. That's insane. Right. So these people are already on a fixed income, and then they get more taxed. And the country of Hungary, I think, is building their 3rd soccer stadium. And the people are just like, what the hell is going on? We got one team. We don't need 3 football stadiums in Budapest, but hey, so it's neat to be in touch with people. So there were 16 people that qualified for the trip to go to Cabo. And, I that's the kind of people I want to find, Lynn. Listen to this, because in Hungary, if you didn't get vaccinated for COVID, a majority of the countries you can't travel to. So there are people that made a decision, like people in the United States, not to get vaccinated, so they just can't leave their country, similar to what happened to some Canadians. And it's like, so they had to find countries that would allow them to travel. So here's a group of 16 people that had to buy three round trip tickets. And because of the distance between the tickets, they had to fly to one country, stay for 4 days, then fly to Cancun, Mexico, wait for 4 days, and then fly to Cabo. So can you imagine that Aniko and her new baby girl, Victoria, and her husband, Bulash, it took them 21 days. And, we can get people from Florida and Texas to fly there. We can get people in California to fly to Cabo. Yeah, that's why you got to go through a lot of people, Lynn, to find the right ones. And the way that you would say that to people, say, listen, my business partner and friend, Robert Hollis, he's made over $4.9 million with this company, been with it for 6 years, and he's looking for people that would like to make 6 figures a year. And you just got to be willing to, I don't think I finished my equation. So the reason that the presidential campaign came up, the debate, is we've been hearing this from everyone, is that, well, how are you going to get the money for this stuff? Well, we're going to tax the people that make over 400,000. Obama said that he said he was going to go after the people that made $200,000 or plus. Well, here's the real number. About 18% of the people in the United States makes over 100,000. And if you took that number, it's close to 10% worldwide. So if we took 2.9 billion people that are active on Facebook, Lynn, that would mean that there would be 290 million people on Facebook that already make over 6 figures a year. So what's the uniqueness about people that make 100,000 a year? They've already done everything they can to be better than average. And they're trying to figure out how to make 200. The people that are making 200 are trying to figure out how to make $500,000. And guess what I always say this, Lynn, if you ever run into anybody that's lazy, complacent, conformist, sort of negative, sort of a sheeple, procrastinates, do you know who those people know? People that aren't. Everyone's got a chicken list. And if I can get these people excited to say, Lynn, can you imagine if you would have known my wife, Terry, and you reached out to her and said, hey, I think you should really look at this stuff. My wife would have got involved, and then she would have asked me and Matthew, my son, to help her build this business. And we made $4.9 million in 6 years, and you would have been our sponsor, and you would have got 30% of our residual check. So I think the largest one was like 198,000. Let's just make it minimum, right? So anybody got a quick calculator? I'll do this quick. Okay, so if I'm going to take 5 million, and how many months are in 6 years?
72.
Divided by 72 equals, that's 69,000. So what's 30% of 70,000?
21.
21. So 21,000 a month on average you would have earned by being the sponsor of Terry Hollis. How many people just had a bulb go off? Do you guys know that's only part of the compensation plan that I talk about? I go, Lynn, if you introduce me to somebody that's already makes 6 figures, already drives nice cars, already got a nice home. You always go to their social media and he or she are always vacationing, going to places with their family. Because those people are still trying to figure it out. And if you could introduce them to us, when they get involved, we'll use your affiliate link, Lynn. And this is not a hypothetical. There's a girl named Kristen Woodman that introduced me. She never did anything in the business. And she introduced me to 2 people that went 50K, Deanna and Phil Stevenson. And she made $275,000 by introducing me to one person. So I hope that helped you. Did I answer the question good enough?
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited that there's no one here. I got some big UFC fights tonight. Going over to Curtis's and watching some MMA fights. And so, yeah, if no one's got anything else, Craig, let's go ahead and shut her down, man.
All right. Well, no, I don't see any more hands raised, no questions in the chat. So let's go ahead and call it a day, call it a weekend. Well, a day, I should say, because don't forget, if you are part of Imaginators or Inner Circle, tomorrow at noon Pacific is Imaginators. And if you're in Inner Circle, you're automatically part of Imaginators. So you can join our communities. Those are both of our great communities by going to roberthollis.com/join, and you'll be a part of that. Also, you can join us on our broadcasts by going to roberthollis.com/AMA, like today. And since we do our videos on Zoom and then put them up for replay on YouTube, if you want to join us, please make sure that your Zoom display name is the same as your name, first and last name, and then you'll be admitted. Unfortunately, and I hate to say this, especially during this broadcast because it was so awesome, we had to turn away 3 people because their phones or their Zoom display name was not their first and last name. So please, if you're sharing this with others and wanting to have them join us, please make sure that they have their first and last name, not on their account, but on their Zoom display name. That's how important that is. And of course, we would love to have you join us here and then on our channel, roberthollis.com/video, which is in a sense roberthollis.com/YouTube, but we're trying to generalize it a little bit so that we can get people from other platforms to join us here on this. Once again, I got to give shout outs to our incredible participants, Kai Au, Len Brown, and thank you, of course, to our executive producer for helping to put this all together, Matt Hollis. Matt, bless you and thank you. We love and appreciate you. Robert, also, bless you, man. Thank you so much for being our guide, our GPS to success, and our dear friend helping us to move on to the next level. And before we do close this out, I want to make sure everybody knows how to get all of the links and things that we share in the chat here in Zoom. Go ahead and click on the 3 dots in the meeting chat next to where it says Ask Me Anything. Then click on Save Chat. It will download at the conclusion of this video. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Go ahead and check the post description down below because all of the links will be there of all of the stuff that we have shared. On that note, let's go ahead and wrap up for this beautiful Saturday. Everybody go out there and make it a great day. And we look forward to seeing those of you tomorrow with us on the Imaginators call at noon Pacific. Until next time, please be good to yourselves. Be cash. Bye-bye. And I will go ahead and unmute so we can all say so long for
Bye,
now.
Robert. Bye,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Bye-bye. Robert. Appreciate it.
Hi, Sarah, Dennis, Deb.
Thank you, everybody.
Deb,
Bye.
Thank you, Robert.
Trophy. That's so cool. Hi, Dennis. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Melody. I love you. Hi, Jerome, Matthew, and Craig. Thank you so much.
Bless you, my
Thank
friend.
you, Dad.
You.
Thanks,
Michelle,
Craig. Love you guys.
Dee.
Appreciate you.
Hola from Sweden. Jay.
Hi, Robert.
Hi, Jody. Mike, thank you so much. Arthur, I appreciate you, man. Thank you, Len. Thank you, Dr. Michael Gula.
All right.
God bless. See you guys soon. Bye-bye.